So I've debated this topic and we have finally come to it. The topic is about life being a video game, and it basically is. Or how we should actually say it, video games are literally like real life. But you just hadn't had the education, so you would know. It's at the moment what I've seen online, it's very controversial to talk about this. People just posting and saying it's not, and that they're playing video games and it makes them happy, when it in reality doesn't. But I will go into that in this video. When you look at life, and when you look at video games, you can kind of relate The Sims and GTA to real life. Both are really good video games in making you feel like you're accomplishing something, making you feel like you're doing something good in life, making your dopamine go up because you have the feeling of accomplishment. They're really good video games for that. And that's actually the bad part about them, of course. Of course, I'm not saying you should do the illegal things in GTA, which is just a disclaimer, don't do those illegal things. I'm not saying that GTA represents real life, that you can just get away with it because you want. Okay, so don't do the illegal things. I'm not supporting that. Keep being legal. Stay away from actually offing people and all that type of shit. Don't do that, okay? That's illegal, don't do it. We want to stay legal here. But what is really a good similarity between GTA and The Sims, you're leveling up your character. You're leveling up to be successful, to be rich, to be driving a nice car, to have a nice home, everything. To have status, to have girls. That's why it's such a good simulator. Because it represents our life really easily, of the things we actually want and the things we actually desire to have. Actually, speaking from a man's perspective, and of course I'm a man, I'm speaking from my own perspective, but a lot of men have this perspective in them, but they won't come out about it, is we want to have a feeling of achievement. A lot of men don't know this, but as a man we want to achieve things in our life, do the hard work, be disciplined, but a lot of men don't do it. A lot of men are literally gaming the whole day, saying it's socializing when it's definitely not. Gaming. Have you ever looked at a guy, have you actually filmed yourself gaming? You almost never laugh. See how fucked up this concept is about gaming, that it makes you happy when you're not even laughing, you're not even enjoying it anymore because you're gaming 24/7. I know so many people that say to me that I game 1 hour a day when it's actually legit 3. And it's really bad for your dopamine, and it's really bad for the instant gratification because you keep indulging in it, and out of nowhere, boom, dopamine drops so far below that you feel depressed, that you don't feel like you're doing anything. You haven't got a good career, your girlfriend probably hates you if you have one, you don't have any real friends. Most gamers do not even have a real good connection with the parents. It's really bad, and it has gone down to the point that gaming has been normalized so much and gaming has been made so good for you by the government when it's actually not. So why do games even work the way they do? Because they're similar to life. Because when you look at Call of Duty, back in the day I played Call of Duty, that's why I know so much about this. Of course, I've had real world things happen to me about gaming and I stopped completely. I haven't touched the game in like 4 or 5 months now, and I don't even desire it anymore. So what happens when you play a video game and why it's so similar to real life is that you accomplish things. Let's say in Call of Duty you have the gold skin, right? Like in Modern Warfare 2, I think it's called. You have the gold skin, you achieved something, you have status because you achieved it. Like, that's how it works in real life, right? You would like buy the nice sports car that you can show everyone I've achieved this, or you buy the like nice muscle fit t-shirt so you can show your achievement with your body and your gym life. And all that type of stuff is similar to the video games that we play nowadays. Like GTA, you show off in the best cars, the best houses. I think you have a casino, and that's when I still played it. You had a casino, right? When you got that, you had status, everyone loved you in a sense, and you felt accomplished, when in reality you accomplished nothing. And that made you feel shameful, because the worst thing a man can feel is shamefulness. But when he feels shameful because his GTA character has accomplished all these things. What I think a lot of men have, at least I have this, I started thinking, why haven't I accomplished anything in my life? I was nowhere, I had nothing, no following, I had no good body, I hated myself because of it. I felt depressed because of it. And that's because I had the feeling of accomplishing things, but when I go out of the game, out of the easy world, out of the world where there are no consequences for my actions, I felt like a shithead. I didn't talk to my parents. I had no girl back then, and that we're talking about like 1 year ago. And that is because video games are addictive, because they represent real life in a sense. Because when you play a video game, you can just click a few buttons and you're the man that you want to be in real life. And that's why it's so addictive to a lot of men, young men out there, because they wanna be that really buff, strong guy that saves the day. That saves the day. And that's why you get addictive, because you can easily go there in a video game when in real life it's very hard to do it. Video games are built in the way they are because they target these young men and show them what they can achieve in real life, but then easy in a video game. That's why they play it. That's why you play a Call of Duty. That's why you play a fighting game, because you like the way that you're beating someone in a fighting game, so you're better at them in the game, better at them in fighting, but in real life you can't fight for shit. And that is because you want to actually be able to do it, but you can't, because you keep indulging in the instant gratification of video games because it's easier. And that is kind of a thing about life, is when you do the easy things, it gets hard. When you do the hard things in life, so working on yourself, going to the gym, working every day, and being proud of yourself every day, because that's also a hard thing lately, you actually start to get an easier life, easier. You get more time because you have a nice business or a really good career where you don't have to work as much, like in a small business that went up, skyrocketed, and you get a good amount of money from that, and also a good amount of time and location freedom. Then it gets easier. But once you do the hard thing, the easy things first, so playing video games, scrolling on TikTok, and doing all the easy instant gratification things like watching Pornhub, all those type of things, you start having a harder life because you start to feel bad, you start to feel ashamed, and you are not progressing in your real life. Because real life is legit like a video game. You literally, if you can imagine it, you have a level up bar right here, and you're at level 1 at socializing right now because you play video games. And when you go to the gym, your levels goes to level 5. When you go out reading in the library, talking to people, it goes up to level 10. It keeps leveling up because you can actually level up your own character, yourself. So I'm leveling up myself with YouTube right now. So that's another really good example why video games are addictive. Yeah, I've already told you it's easier, and it shows people that it's easy, and that's why they go towards it, right? A really good example of this is my YouTube, a YouTube simulator. So YouTube simulator came out in 2018. I watched it from like other YouTubers. Literally 2 videos on that game and you were famous. And then what happens is you feel like you've accomplished something, right? You see all those numbers and all the buttons, and you see this character go in a bigger room. When in reality, you're not even doing YouTube. You want to, but you're not, because you keep procrastinating. And that is because of the video games. Video games make you a procrastinator. I know this for a fact. Like, I know people who can like mix together work and video games, but most people are procrastinators because of video games. Because video games are the easy way out. They will go in the easy, not doing the hard thing. So for me right now, I literally, before I made this video, before I put up my camera and actually put it on press, I'm on camera, I procrastinated like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just being like, should I do it tomorrow? But I still did it. If I would have still been a gamer, and this is for me and for a lot of men, if I would have still played video games, I would have gone on video games, waited 2 hours, oh shit, I can't do that anymore, so I don't have time. And I would have just not done it today and not sent out this important message. And that's a really negative effect of video games. Like, I know people who can play video games and do the good things in real life. They're not very easily addicted, and they can actually do both. But for most people it's not the case. That's why I'm telling you this. For me it's not the case. I can't play video games and do the hard work every day. I can't, because then I will play too much video games. I will indulge in it too much. So that was me just a little bit on a rant. I'm sorry about it. Let's get back to the topic. So there are some key differences between video games and real life, and these are very important to understand. In both, you face challenges, you get experienced, and you get more resources. But the problem is with real life and video games are easier, they do not have the consequences of real life. And when you have to go out there and, like, let's say in a video game you have to achieve something, but it says you have to go out there and make a fool of yourself, you would do it. In real life you wouldn't, because there are way higher consequences. Let's say you have a high stake game, you know, a high stake moment that either you win or you lose. In a video game you would probably do it, and if you lose, meh, it's a video game. But in real life, if you lose, it will be detrimental. Those are really key differences between them. But that's what makes real life actually more fun. In my eyes, it's fun to fail and get up again. And that's a really good thing about real life. When you actually get up again and keep going, the things you learned, you level up way fast, way better. And it makes you feel way more fulfilled and happy because you're actually achieving something. So that's really important. Whether you're leveling up in your career, your personal development, your relationships. That's a really important key difference. Real life is way harder, but it's also way better and way more fun to do if you would actually do the things instead of playing video games. So how to actually level up in real life? So there are 3 key things to do. They're like 3 keys. You know, your first objective in the video games, you have to see it like this in real life. Those are your first 3 objectives and the most important for the baseline of self-improvement and of actually doing the things in real life and getting your life together. So first one is discipline. Learn yourself to be disciplined, do the things when you don't feel like them, and actually go. So let's say I have to go to the gym, I don't feel like it, I still go. That's discipline. In a short manner. That's one of the key things. You have 3 pillars. Second, try to get more social. What a book that I really recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It definitely helps me being more social. It helps me a lot actually to be more social. And I can actually now go into groups, talk to people, have fun, and I'm very friendly and open. I'm actually an introvert, so I don't really like talking, but I also found a way that even if you're introverted, you can socialize super good. So being extrovert or introvert is not an excuse. And the third and most important is fixing up your mental health. So a lot of people have bad mental health. A lot of men have bad mental health because of the way the internet is formed, the school system. The school system is feminized. Men can be masculine. And when you're not masculine, when you're not disciplined, when your testosterone lowers, most men's mental health go to shit. So how to fix this? There's one guide that I will put up there. It's still from Hamza. My guide is coming in probably, let's say, April. I'm very busy researching for it because I don't think I'm good enough yet to make it. So I will put up Hamza's guide somewhere. But one of the key things for your mental health to be fixed is fix up your body. Stop being skinny or fat. Start actually building muscle, getting a 6-pack. That really helped me. Stop indulging in instant gratification. So get off social media, stop watching porn, stop playing video games. And how to actually stop these things is when you relapse, because you will probably relapse in the beginning, don't think your progress is gone. When you play like video games every day and you played it once a week when you didn't, but you relapsed, then don't think all your progress is lost. Think it as a new stepping stone to get more progress in. Because when you relapse and you put in more progress, it will go a month without video games, then 3 months, then a year. It will keep building up. So it's really important to be hard on yourself and be disciplined, but don't think your progress is lost when you have relapsed. That's a really important part. Fixing your mental health, fixing the things up in your life, and fixing delayed gratification, which is basically delaying your dopamine spikes, delaying your gratification. So not being on social media, not going to watch porn or jacking off. So there's another thing that fixes up your mental health, and it's gratitude journaling and meditating. Meditating helps you being more aware of your own feelings and thoughts. It helps you be more present. I actually have a meditation guide pop up here and a meditation video that explains it more in detail. But it's really important to note how to meditate and actually implement it in your life. And then there's another thing called gratitude journaling. This really helped me. So gratitude journaling basically is writing up everything you're grateful for. So let's say I'm grateful for my phone because I've been able to make these videos for you. And I'm grateful that it helps people level up in real life and actually be better in life and get a better feeling and understanding of themselves. That's what I'm grateful for. And that's basically gratitude journaling. You write it up on a piece of paper and you start actually becoming more happy because of it, because you're a more grateful person. Being grateful is one of the most strongest part of being happy, and actually being more disciplined, because if you're grateful you don't feel as shit when you have to do some things, and you're like, when you have to go to the gym, I'm grateful for the progress I'm making, so you don't feel like you're doing it for nothing. That's one thing that I've got out of myself. So one thing that helped me actually stop playing video games is starting to look at it as if I'm playing The Sims. So start seeing yourself in like a third person view. And how would you think of your Sims or GTA character playing video games or jacking off, you know? You would probably be like, that's bad, don't do that, and you would put them away, right? That's what you should do with yourself, and that's a really easy mindset to actually stop doing those things and actually stop playing video games. So start actually fixing your discipline, your social life and your mental health. Stop indulging in the video games and start winning in life. Soon a guide will come up about your mental health. There will be a guide on how to actually stop video games, and there will be a guide how to socialize more. Those will come up in these 3 months. I will pick them up. The mental health will be the last. The first one will be about stopping video games and how I did it and how it would probably work for you. Alright, start winning. Work hard every day. Be proud of yourself every day. And I see you later.